The CS2 player numbers are currently on their way to new all-time highs, and so is the CS2 market. We are close to 1 million average players and just reached the second highest number of peak players in history with just under 1.8 million. This number only got reached once before in May of 2023, just when the CS2 announcement hype occurred. Due to all of this, it's no wonder that skins are doing fantastic right now. Common play skins like the AK Redline, M4 Desolate Space or Orb Aetheris can record gains of 25 to even 40% just within the last month. However, this trend is not only limited to the most common play skins, since any good looking skin can record gains of up to 20% all across the board. Taking a closer look at some discontinued collections, there are a few definitely worth mentionable here. I'm really glad I bought into the 2021 Vertigo collection in my last video, since the skins inside, especially the greys, see huge uptrends right now. The XIM blue tire I just bought, for example, is up by over 60% over the last months, while most of the increase just happened within the last few days. Another well-performing collection also coming from Operation Riptide would be the 2021 Trained collection. The Orc Ember Fate, for example, is up by 50% over the last month. And lastly for collections, a collection some people speculated about getting removed is the Cash collection. This comes due to a recently confirmed Cash remake, which would likely also come with a new collection. After we received this news in early February, some skins inside saw some heavy uptrends, but unlike for the other mentioned collections, this hype already had died down again. As you see, especially the gains due to hypes don't last forever, so always take profits along the way. Before we now get to the biggest winners of the ongoing bull run, let's take a quick look at today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by SkinsMonkey, a very easy to use automated CS2 trading site. Just pick the skin you want to get rid of and choose a new one to your desire. Click trade items and your brand new skin should be there in minutes. By using my code Lucas, you can even get up to $5 cashback on your first trade and a 5% deposit bonus on top of the 30% SkinsMonkey offers you for all deposits anyways. Even if you are not looking to trade right now, it's worth it to check out the freebies section where you have a daily, weekly and monthly try to get some cool new skins for your inventory. Link down below in the description. The big winners of the current market are of course cases. With the increase in player numbers, the case unboxing numbers are also in solid territory again and still on the rise. Right now we are close to 25 million monthly unboxings again, which is especially great after some of the lowest months in history with just about 15 million unboxings. This is an increase of nearly 70%. Due to this, it's not really too unexpected that cases are the biggest gainers right now. However, this is no longer only limited to active duty and cheap rare cases as we saw at the beginning of the year, but literally every case is going crazy. As for the active duty cases, the by far biggest winner since the 1st of January is the Fracture case, which is up by 70% since then. Just over the last 30 days, the case is up by staggering 50%. On the second place, there comes the Recall case with gains of just under 50% in 2025, while being up for 20% over the last month. Lastly mentionable here are the Dreams and Nightmare and Revolution case with gains of 30%. Regarding the rare cases, let's first up start with the cheaper ones. Due to the recent uptrends, I would include cases up to €1.50 here when I drew the line at just €1 in the past. Even though they were on a crazy run up since the end of last year, the last month even managed to exceed the previous gains. Since the start of the big uptrend at the end of 2024, all those cases except for the CS20 case managed to gain over 80%. Nevertheless, the CS20 case is not sitting far behind with just under 70% gains. The Prisma 1, 2 and Snakebite case are sitting between 80 and 90% gains, and the Clutch case just under 100%. Even though these are already some insane numbers, the biggest gainer with 110% is the Danger Zone case. As mentioned earlier, the crazy gains just happened within the last month, since all of the cases went up by 30 to even over 50% within this period. In my last video I mentioned that I think that this trend will continue until the cheaper rare cases catch up to the more expensive popular ones like the Chroma and Gamma cases, for example. The problem with this statement is now that these cases are also going crazy since the end of January, which means that gap had widened again. Not that crazy like the cheaper cases, but nevertheless they managed to also gain some huge numbers. Since the end of last year, they are up by 20 to 60%. Over the last month, they are mostly just slightly up, but there are also some exceptions. Both of the Spectrum cases, for example, have increased by 30% just within the last 30 days. With this being said, let's finally get to the discontinued collection cases. These are also greatly up since the beginning of the year, but most of the gain just happened within the last month. Taking a look at all of 2025, the biggest gainer is the Riptide case with a 60% increase, where the Shattered Web case is up by 40 and the Broken Fang case up by 30%. And only within the last month, they managed to gain 50% for the Riptide case and 30% for the other two. Because this is such rapid growth, I don't really know if the cases can retain all of the gains, but for now these are new all-time highs we've never seen before. What's also crazy, right during this uptrend, the first of the three cases, the Riptide case, just broke the €10 mark. And that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, please leave a like and subscribe. See you next time.